Welcome back to another episode of the Bear Trap, a Bears podcast by a Bears fan. I'm your host, Terry, and today, these are my last words on Ha Ha Clinton-Dix because I do not have time to sit here and go through all the comments and fight back and forth with all these people. I'm going to just say my last words. You could take it as how you want. You could hate it, love it. I could care less, to be honest. Couldn't care less. I always mix that up. But anyway, let me start off by saying this. This is something I said, but basing on the numbers, I can tell most people don't actually listen to what's being said. They just want to react. So I'll reiterate it at the top. To like the Ha Ha Clinton-Dix signing does not mean that you hate Adrian Amos or that you wanted him to leave. To want Adrian Amos back does not mean that you don't think Ha Ha Clinton-Dix can be a good replacement. Two things can be true at once. So all these people acting as if, look, me saying I don't like Ha Ha Clinton-Dix signing means that I think that we can't do good this year. Or people that act as if I'm saying, hey, I wish Amos was back, meaning that I'm saying that Ha Ha Clinton-Dix isn't good. Get off your black and white horse. That's not how it works. There's not A or B. There's a lot of things in between. As I said before, that is not how I think. That is not how I talk. Multiple things can be true. This is a very gray area type of world. And so you can absolutely think the Bears did a bad job by not bringing back Amos and still think that the signing of Ha Ha Clinton-Dix is pretty good. So let me start there because I think people don't understand that, especially just delusional fans in football where everything is either you're with us or against us. There's no in between. That's not how life works. So I can 100% be confident going forward with the Bears and at the same time criticize some of their moves. So just get over it because life is not A or B. Now, with that being said, let me restructure some of the things that I've said. I 100% do not think that Clinton-Dix can replace what Amos did. Does that mean he can't be good in a new system? No, because the big point that we got to realize is we have a new coordinator. And this is funny because now I feel like I'm on the opposite side of it. I originally said, look, Chuck Pagano is not going to be Vic Fangio. There's going to be things that are different. And a lot of people fought me on that. No, it's not. It's a 3-4, so it's going to be the exact same. Well, I still said, look, football and defenses and schemes don't work that simply. There's a lot of different things you can do. And people fought me on it. And so now we come to Clinton-Dix, and I feel like I'm on the opposite side where people are fighting me like, look, Clinton-Dix can do exactly what Amos did. No, he can't. So the thing we got to realize, though, is this isn't the exact same defense. And so I guess my frustration comes from we found a formula with our players that work, and it worked well. And I would like to see us stay as consistent to that as possible. However, with Amos leaving, possibly Callahan leaving, and Pagano coming in, it's very possible we are not going to have the same system. Now look, if we rank as the number 2, 3 defense in all these categories, fans are not going to care. Most of you fans have no clue what's going on in football. And this is not me being controversial. It's just the truth because it's in the conversations. Most of you don't know what you're talking about. And so you can look at stats and say, hey, we were ranked this. You can look at stats and say, hey, Amos never got this many interceptions, so he's not good. And that's not how football works. And so we can 100% do something totally different with Pagano and still be a top ranked defense. And I need to acknowledge that fact. What I was talking about with Clinton-Dix is strictly reproducing and replacing what we had last year. Could we come in with a different philosophy, with a cover 2-man philosophy, where Prince and Kyle are beating people up at the line of scrimmage, and we got 2 safeties deep all the time, roaming and able to make ball hawking plays? Yes, because Clinton-Dix is not a strong safety. People keep talking about how much better he is than Amos. It is 2 different positions. Learn football, people. They were asked to do 2 different things. Even if you were a strong safety and he was a strong safety, you are asked to do completely different things in different schemes. So stop telling me how comparable they are, how much better Clinton-Dix is. They did different things. And so that's to me like signing Travis Kelce to replace Antonio Brown. It's like, hey, Travis Kelce is going to be a much better tight end and do much better tight end things than Antonio Brown ever did. Okay, duh. Obviously, that's the position he played. That doesn't mean he's going to reproduce what Antonio did as a receiver. Same thing with the Ha Clinton-Dix. It's like, well, he was so much better in coverage and a ball hawk. He was a free safety. He was not a strong safety. Duh. He's not coming in to play free safety. But if you wanted to play the interchangeable safety role, you do a lot of 2 deep zone and you let those 2 roam, it could work. It could work. I don't know. I think our best position is what we did last year, which was a mix of things and getting our safeties, or at least Amos, really involved in the box, in the short zone, and then letting Eddie Jackson really free roam the strong side. That's what I think we're best at. But could it work with 2 free safeties playing deep? Yes, it could work. That doesn't mean he's replacing Amos as far as what he brought us. We saw what we did with Amos. And to me, if you're talking about what can we do to recreate that, Ha Ha Clinton-Dix is not a good fit. But if you're talking about moving to something completely different, that's a different conversation. So somehow these Bears fans twist me having an issue with Clinton-Dix replacing Amos as me saying the Bears aren't going to be good or can't be good. That's not what I'm saying. I don't talk in absolutes like everybody else. I absolutely understand there's a way and there's different ways we could be better and different in our scheme. That doesn't mean I'm saying that I don't like what we did before. I don't like Amos. I love what we did before. And to me, I would rather feel more comfortable with coming back with Fangio and Amos and Callahan and doing what we did last year than I do trying to take it in a new direction with 2 free roaming safeties and trying to change it up. And so that's all I'm saying. It's not a one or the other. I can still think we're going to do good and still think I'm nervous. And just like people can think that this is a great signing, but also be nervous about the signing as well. People, wake up. I've been talking about this for the longest time. We are not in a box in this channel. These are smart, articulate Bears fans. We can think beyond just the black and white. And those are the fans I care about. The fans that want to argue with me and go back and forth and they only can see one way, fine. I don't care if you unsubscribe. I don't care if you downvote. Do what you got to do. I am looking for a higher conversation in football. And then football is very complex. So all I'm saying is 100% I'm going to give Clinton-Dix a chance. He's a Bear. I'm not going to sit here and boo and hope that he sucks. No, I'm going to hope that we win. But at the same time, again, I'm not condemning Ryan Pace. I can still be critical of Ryan Pace without condemning him. I can support him and still be critical. Understand 2 things can be true at the same time. And so I'm critical of how we handled the situation with Amos and Bryce Callahan. I'm critical of the Ha Ha Clinton-Dix thing. Hey, Pagano might love it. He might say, hey, we can change up the coverage we're going to do. but that's just not what I'm excited about. And so on top of that, some people real quick say Bryce Callahan hasn't been healthy for a full season. That doesn't make him less talented. Hey, availability is the best ability. I get that. But this isn't Kevin White. This isn't, oh, he's been hurt, we don't know what he can do. Based off the plays that he played, Callahan was rated in the top 5 nickel corners by the Pro Football Focus. Just like Amos was rated top 5 in the box safety by Pro Football Focus even prior to Eddie Jackson. So in his breakout year this year. And so look, I don't use Pro Football Focus, not my thing. But still, if you're talking about the stats that people try to quote and looking at it in an objective way, that's the facts. And so don't try to tell me he isn't as good as Buster Skrine just because he isn't as healthy as him. People really confuse healthy with like some type of attribute or stat. You can't control that. I mean, you can do things to help prevent it, but if you're hurt, you're hurt. So all this Kevin White sucks because he was hurt. Buster Skrine is better than Callahan because Callahan is always hurt. That's not true to me. I'm sorry. Availability is the best ability. I agree with that, but I will never sit here and say a player is better simply because he's more healthy. There's other factors to take into account. So if we in fact go into this year without those two starters, I don't think it will be the same. And that's saying as far as what we did last year. If we do something new this year, it could work. It absolutely could work. I'm giving you that. So again, as Bears fans, as a Bears podcast, I've said this so many times and people don't understand it. I want the Bears to win. I assume you want the Bears to win. We have the same goal. We can talk as individuals and have a respectable conversation, but all this disagreement and fighting and name calling is just unnecessary. It's stupid. We all want the same thing. I'm just telling you my thoughts. You can tell me your thoughts. If your thoughts don't have really facts behind it or doesn't make much sense, then I'm a take it as that. But other than that, we all are Bears fans trying to win. So that's my last thoughts on Clinton-Dix. I wish him the best. I hope that we do win. I hope that he does a lot for the team. My thoughts on Buster Skrine and anybody else, if we bring Bryce Callahan back or not, I hope we win. I want a Super Bowl. I mean, I love the players and I respect the players because I do the draft, but honestly, I don't care who's there. As long as we win, I'm with it. But as far as me just telling my thoughts, this is what I think. So hopefully we can respect that. Anyway, that's it for this episode. Go to the comment section. Let me know what you think about it. Now, I'm probably not going to respond to any of your comments because I'm letting this part go. But that's my thoughts on Adrian Amos, on Ha Ha Clinton-Dix, Bryce Callahan, Buster Skrine, Ryan Pace, all that. We'll see what happens next. And I'll be back with more draft stuff. So until then, thumbs up, subscribe, and remember, please remember, stay up and bear down.